everybody! Sunday morning surprise! We are here with Drinkbox with their brand new game, Blighted, and because the schedule was full at Playdays, Georgia's like, "What has come to you?"
Everybody wants a piece of Drinkbox.
So they're gonna give us a live demo here, and we're gonna get to see how it plays.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Graham, you go first.
All right, I'm Graham. I'm one of the co-founders of Drinkbox and the producer on this game, Blighted.
I'm Ian. Hello, I'm the lead designer on the project.
I'm George. I'm just the PR marketing guy. If you're watching Giant Bomb last night, maybe you saw me eat a raw burger, kind of. Don't worry about that.
We do have sour gummy burgers in the
Oh, no.
There you go, burgered out. Awesome. And we're going to be playing some Blighted here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fired up.
What do you want to like preface what we're going to see, or are we just going to dive right in?
We should dive right in. There's a little cutscene
Yeah.
we can explain as we go.
Awesome.
Ready to switch to it?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
And then I'll put this in, and you've got headphones, you'll be able to hear it.
So we revealed it at SGF, the main show, with Keeley. So hope folks saw that.
That's pilot tour right there. Oh, you missed it. You would already.
So, all right. So this thing on the ground here is a memory fruit, and you see in the background there that's a memory tree. So we're gonna eat this fruit, and that's gonna trigger the memories of the person who's buried below this tree.
Whoa.
Which is gonna kind of explain that your character comes from this village where they have this ritual where when someone would die, they plant a seed in their brain. A tree would grow from the deceased and bear these fruits.
Cool.
So the village was surrounded by these memory forests, and you could eat the fruit to experience the memories of the person who was buried below the tree. Until Sir Sisto discovered that if you just eat someone's brains directly, you get their memories, but you also become more powerful. And he went on a power-hungry rampage and basically wiped out the entire village, ate everyone's brains, and destroyed all the memory trees. So you're the last survivor of that village.
That is such a cool premise.
Wow.
So yeah, you're the main story of the game is you're trying to find where Sir Sisto is by hunting down his henchmen and killing them and eating their brains to try and track down his location.
Awesome.
So now your character is set up in this like outpost up above the old village. You live inside of the nostrils of this petrified giant.
Wow.
The nostrils of a petrified giant.
Yeah, throughout the world you'll see like a lot of petrified giants from like an age past. And if you go up here at the top of this hill here, there's this overlook down on your old destroyed village.
Wow.
So you're like kind of keeping a look over where you used to live. So this is kind of like the hub of the game. It's going to be a Metroidvania ARPG. So you'll come back here as you explore the different areas. And every time you come back, there might be like a new fruit for you to eat to experience a little bit more of the backstory.
Oh, I love that.
So the exposition of your player character will reveal that over time.
Yeah.
And things like how did you just survive Sir Sisto's rampage, and who's buried under that tree, and how did they get buried there? And
Do you
things like that.
do you get booted back there at points in the game, or can you just freely go to the hub?
You can always freely go back there.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. In fact, you'll see in a little bit. There's like the places where you save the game are like the memories of trees, and you can use those trees like as a fast travel system to like move
Great.
through the world. Yeah. So yeah, we're on the hunt for one of Sir Sisto's henchmen right now, the Tycoon. We have to go through the canyon to get to the giant mines to find him.
The tycoon.
Yes.
Yeah. Big oil baron.
All right, so this next section is kind of like a little tutorial. So yeah, if you're familiar with Souls games, there's a lot of familiar controls here. So there's a dodge, there's a 4-hit combo. You can charge any of the hits of the combo just by holding. You can lock onto enemies, and you'll see the enemies have 2 bars. There's a health bar and a stance bar.
Mm-hmm.
If you can break their stance, they fall down, and then you can do a finisher on them.
Love that.
Ian just successfully parried so we have a block and a parry right now. There's potions in the bottom left corner, so and beside the potions you'll see there's like a little blue circle that will fill in. That's your experience. If you fill the circle, you can get a skill point, and you can spend the skill points at the memory trees.
spoiled the gun already before you said
Oh yeah.
Do you have ammo for the gun, or is it?
Yeah, yeah, and so in the top left, you'll see there's like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
circles.
okay.
You get ammo back by doing finishers.
Finishers. Okay.
Like that.
So yeah, the finishers, you'll see like there's a circle radius explosion around the finishers too. Those will do stance damage as well, so you can use finishers to chain finishers by knocking out the stance of like enemies and yeah.
Kite the enemies over and oh, that's cool. That's cool.
And so here's like one of the memory trees that was cut down by Sisto, but you can interact with it to spawn the memory of a memory tree, and you can go in there to like spend your skill points or cleanse your blight, which I'll talk about blight shortly.
The titular blight.
Oh yeah, there's a little vista up here too that shows like part of the level that we'll go to shortly. You'll come back through this way, and there's shortcuts. So this level is kind of structured all around this tree. You'll find shortcuts to come back here as you go throughout. So like Souls games, when you die, you'll leave a corpse behind, and you have to get back to your corpse to reclaim the experience that you haven't locked in. Every time you fill the circle, you'll lock in a skill point, and you don't have to. You won't lose the skill points that you've accumulated. Only the progress towards the next skill point.
I like that.
Yeah.
Is that
The blue circle that's starting to fill in there?
they got it.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so the other thing you see in the corner there, the purple, which is it's like a neuron, like a brain neuron. That's your blight meter, and Ian's really good at the game, so you're gonna see. Oh,
Commentator's curve.
you'll see every time you fill the big circle, one of those little circles will fill in, and the little circles are your blight level. So the blight goes up. If you're doing things like parrying successfully, doing finishers, he's already at 4 blight. So if you're playing well, your blight will go up. If you're getting hit or drinking potions or dying, your blight will go down. And the blight kind of serves as like a dynamic difficulty for the game. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, so enemies will. So this guy's doing moves he wouldn't do. He's just he totally maxed out his blight, and no problem.
One big arm.
One big arm.
Big arm.
Do you do more damage when your blight is higher, or is it just the game gets harder?
Not by default, but so there are positives for having high blight too. Like you'll see you'll see Ian's health bar there, how there's like a little orange portion. That's your like provisional HP that you can get back. So if you get hit, it turns into orange. And that will drain slowly over time. I don't know if
Bloodborne.
Exactly. Yeah. but the amount of provisional HP you have gets larger if you're more blighted, so you can get more health back if you're more blighted. So that's one thing that makes it a little bit easier.
Love that.
But other things too that are not in the demo yet, we're still working on back home. We expect there to be other reasons why players are going to want to try and maintain higher blight. Like you might be equipping like different passives that get stronger or only activate at higher blight levels. So we can like make some really powerful passives, but you have to be able to stay in full blight for that passive to be active. So.
Does the level world tendency? Does the level change when your blight is higher?
Yes, it does.
Oh my god! World tendency!
Yeah. So you'll notice like the character starts to glow. When you're walking through like grass or smoke, it has the different effect. Like the world reacts to you differently in a lot of ways.
Wonderful.
And we're still implementing a lot of new things that we can't really talk about, or we don't want to spoil with the blight as well. So, but
The teeth.
the bridges are made out of teeth.
It's funny the things you get used to. And
This is normal.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Yeah, so like when someone new starts the game, if they're experienced with Souls or Souls-likes, we're expecting they'll probably get to they'll probably settle at like around 3 blight or so. So the game will kind of rise to match your skill level, or new players will probably be lower, like because they'll be using more potions or getting hit more often. They'll be at lower blight. So yeah, we're hoping that what that ends up doing is like your experience you'll always feel some challenge even if you're experienced, and if you're able to maintain higher blight levels, you'll also be able to get the rewards that go along with that too. But yeah, and I think initially when a new player starts, we want them to feel like maybe blight's a negative thing, but then as you get deeper and deeper into the game and you see the positives, you might want to try and lean more into
That
it.
is so
Yeah,
fun.
that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Don't show that secret.
yeah, it's just.
So another thing, I mean, Ian's passed a lot of the different secrets that are hidden. Like there's a lot of secrets hidden around the world that we're going to reward exploration. So like this is like one that's pretty subtle. You have to like you have to be paying attention.
Is there a jump button, or is that just when you like run off a?
Well, you dodge off an edge.
Got it, cool.
Yeah. For a little while we tried the jump button, but it let you get too many places that we don't want you to get. So. Yeah. It's a little more controlled now.
Eunuch? That's very funny. Gross tunic?
So we got the secret.
Yep. Nice.
I don't like how high my blight is right now.
These guys are actually really hard, even at low blight.
No, he's not.
Whoa.
Oh, I just completely failed the whole parry straight. No, okay, maybe I shouldn't be fighting this guy. I don't know.
You can do it. Just don't die.
Whoopsie!
Love it. I love it.
Should I just like skip?
I love
that.
that.
No.
Games.
You could go. We got time.
All right.
We got time.
That's why we started early.
Maybe I'll have to stop showing up.
Actually, you know what? I was gonna join a co-op around here anyway. So
All right, perfect.
yeah.
Oh.
So we do have co-op.
Co-op!
That's so cool.
And it's just dropping like that.
Yep. Dropping anytime. We're right now in. It's very the co-op support is pretty rudimentary. We're gonna be working on it more, but like we don't even scale the enemy health or damage or anything right now, so it just makes it easier right now with 2 players. But that's not going to be the case in the final game.
Awesome.
Will the second player's performance impact the blight, or is that tied just to the
Yeah.
first player?
Both players, yeah. So the players share potions, experience, and blight. They have their own bullets and health and stamina.
Potions. This is a beat 'em up
Yeah.
now. Taking all my lives.
But we don't need potions.
And it'll be online co-op?
We're
Just local.
We've only tested the local, but nobody had online co-op. We just have to do more testing and like make sure, because this game's quite different from Nobody Saves the World. It's it has a lot more like timing, so we gotta just make sure that it works with lag properly and stuff like that. We just want to make sure the experience is good. Currently only local, and we'll see how it goes with online.
Sweet.
We'd
Okay,
love
so
to
you
support
have to
that,
get
though.
back to your souls.
Yeah. It's-
Although once you like get a skill point, you don't lose that. You,
This
they're
pile
like
of heads over here.
Yeah, so that's an attack, that electric attack that guy will not do unless you're at like higher blight levels.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, that is great.
All right, that shortcut goes back to the tree, but we can go keep on this way. I think, can we trigger this at 3 blight?
Probably.
Oh yeah, okay. So I don't know if you saw that. It's pretty subtle on the ground. There's like these. Oh, there's these little nodules that they're like a trap that you can spring, but it only springs at higher blight levels. So, so like, and if you defeat the enemies that spawn from the trap, you get a little reward. Yeah, like right now all the rewards in the demo are just experience, but like, back home at Drinkbox, they're working on like implementing all the other rewards right now as we speak, like health upgrades, mana upgrades. You'll see mana shortly in the demo. Bullets, pretty much everything you can expect, but also like kind of equipments that you'll be able to find. Those are probably the most substantial upgrades you'll get, which will act as passives that you can selectively choose to like make different grades. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm already excited to see the Games Done Quick speedruns. See what blight they keep it at. Like,
Yeah.
I want to hear the phrase blight manipulation.
Now I do.
You're so right. Cosmetic changes too with the armors or the upgrades and any of that?
Still TBD exactly what we're gonna do there. Yeah. Alright, jump over here after.
Alright, cool.
Alright.
Is it through debug?
Yeah.
How do I even do this?
Is it
We're
okay
both there
that people
too?
see
Hey,
this? 'Cause
yeah,
they're
yeah.
seeing it.
It's good, it's good.
Okay. I'm like, ah!
The inner workings.
The only way to drop a second player out right now is through the debug. Yeah.
I remember when I previewed Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the devs were like, we love the GameCube because it's the only system where we can just unplug a controller and just have somebody jump out without there being a warning message.
Oh, yeah. Xbox is the most passive aggressive when your controller runs out of battery.
Right.
Oh, he sprung another trap there.
Big
Yeah,
skeleton
Yeah, those
freaks.
guys are wild.
I actually worked on Marvel Ultimate Alliance too.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
I did a lot of the multiplayer coding on that game. Yeah.
Good job.
That was it.
my favorite one.
Oh yeah. Nice. Did you play multiplayer?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Me and my buddy went through all of them. Yep.
That was one of the Drinkbox's first contracts. When we first started Drinkbox, we were doing a lot of contract work to try and bring in some money to pay people to make our own games. And
Yeah.
I was working on Marvel Ultimate Alliance
That's
too.
so
as part of-
cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Like X-Men Legends 1 and 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1
Yeah.
and 2. Oh, some of the best.
Awesome.
Those are legendary.
Yeah.
Also, Chad says they love Guacamelee 1 and 2.
Yes.
All right, so here's the first boss of the demo.
Here we go, horse boy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, he's so gross.
We call this guy the horse spider.
Why?
The like xenomorph mouth here.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Demon Souls,
Yeah.
Dragon.
I haven't won this guy in a long time.
Already the excuses.
Damage control. I like the intestinal health bar at the bottom. Wavy.
Yellow is another sort of like advanced mechanic that starts getting introduced to Power Blade. Well, I keep missing it. But if you
Yeah.
can hit guys with like a heavy attack when they're yellow, then it's like an instant knockdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but very difficult to do.
We should have a quiz later. Chad, how many rib cages are there?
At least 4.
Yeah, so part of the lore of this game is that if you eat the brain of something, you might take on some of its properties. So like this creature, the lore of this creature is that somebody that you'll meet shortly was feeding spider brains to a horse
Oh,
as
okay.
part of her experiments. And
That is wild.
yeah. So yeah, but like a lot of the creatures in the world, you can see like, oh, this is like a snake and a vulture. Like, so, you know, maybe some vultures were eating snake brains, and then the new breed of creatures
Got it.
came out. Yeah.
Horse stomp.
Right.
All right. So yeah, in a true Metroidvania fashion, so you defeat a boss, you get a new
That's so
ability.
good.
So that you can use the horse stomp in combat. So you also see now there's these three mana chunks up in the corner.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get mana back as you're just hitting enemies. Slowly get mana chunks back. This is the Huntress, the creator of the horse spider.
Yo.
Love it.
So the Huntress will go back to your hub, and you'll be able to talk to her, and maybe she'll send you out on quests, maybe to find her
Oh.
other
Oh,
creatures in the
cool,
world.
Perfect.
And this is
So
the giant
cool.
mines.
Oh.
That's where we're going now. That's the next level.
Do you have to? Can you only use one of the main like boss moves at a time? You have to swap those out.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm not sure how we're gonna do it in the end. Maybe there's gonna be a way to hot swap them.
Hold on. Look
but
at all
yeah.
these train tracks coming out of these mouths.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mine, right?
This is
Yeah.
amazing.
The giant mines. Yeah. So,
Is it a brains mine?
Yes.
You got it.
Oh,
Wow.
that's tight.
So yeah, they're mining the interior of this giant for brains and gray matter. So in the full game, this level's gonna be much bigger, and you're gonna slowly work your way down deeper and deeper, where the visuals are gonna get more and more crazy. But we're gonna just go right to the bottom here.
Like in Pacific Rim, I
Yeah.
farm the brain.
Farm the brains.
The skill tree here is very first pass.
Don't look at that.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
like
People already min-maxing.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, the Tycoon is down here at the bottom. He's like the leader of these the miners you're about to see.
The Underminers.
Yeah.
Did you mention that, like, you know, our goal is to, like, find him and eat his brain?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, you're trying to find Sorcisto, and he's got henchmen around the world. And he keeps hitting traps.
And all the brain walls here too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is the first time we've made any games in 2D. Everything's been 2D up to now, and we
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
we don't use a third-party engine. We have our own engine, which is why we've been kind of dark for a while, because it takes some time to update the tools and the editor and even the team skill set. Like, our art team is now making 3D models and 3D animation, and the code team is doing 3D effects. Like so yeah, nobody came out in early 2022, and then we did a
Gosh,
bunch
it's
of
long.
we did a bunch of like DLC and ports to other platforms.
I
But
mean, it looks really good. Like the
Yeah.
edges and stuff don't have that weird kind of like floaty effect. Sometimes you get when they're trying to do like a 2D style and 3D.
yeah, I mean, I think the art team's done an amazing job figuring out how to make it look kind of like 2D hand-drawn style, but also 3D. Oh!
Got the feed. Got the feed.
Get out. Can we talk about the like iridescent effect on that purple water?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I noticed that in the trailer, and I was like, that's a wild looking visual effect.
Yeah, so I mean, from the beginning, we've been calling the art style, like internally, psychedelic Western nightmare.
Yeah.
And,
Acid Western for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, the nightmare part is pretty obvious, and the psychedelic part, we're just trying our best to have the effects.
Like, look at that.
Yeah.
It's like a migraine aura. I know. I can't. I'm like drawn to it, but I also don't want to look at it.
There's a similar effect in the water in the intro of the altars.
Oh really?
Yeah. That was one
Oh,
of
they should post it.
How do you do that? It's crazy.
Yeah,
Tell
very
us your
tal-
secrets.
I don't know the answer. It's like a very talented code team. Shout out to Mike who implemented this back home.
Shout
To
out.
Mike.
Shout out.
We
Yeah.
see you, Mike.
Yeah, so now you have the horse stomp. You can break that.
Once I get one more mana.
Oh, yeah.
I
There we go. Yeah.
I think part of it is it's actually limiting the shading of it, so you get more distinct color gradation.
We're gonna
Yeah.
be talking about this effect
Yeah.
for 20 minutes.
Oh, I left everyone alive.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little harder if anyone's still alive next room. Okay. So yeah, this is the room you came through before, but now you can kind of take a different path through it and get this
cool.
collectible up here.
I love
love that.
having to earn the bullets back and how effective they are.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's fine. Oh, shit.
you got it. I got faith.
Maybe I lost. Just in case.
Is that because you hadn't killed them when you
Yeah.
went through there before, or did they respawn?
No. Just because
Oh.
After he died, they
Yeah.
respawned. And
Yeah.
he just skipped them.
I was too scared the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah. Okay. So he got a yellow attack there. Knocked him down.
What inspired you guys to change engines and go a whole different dimension?
I mean, we've always been talking about should we go to the next game be 3D, should the next game be 3D, and there's always been reasons to not do it, but this time it felt like okay. I mean, I think it's time for us to try something new. Like we always like new challenges. We always try and do like different genres of games, but this time we also wanted to take like more technical challenge and move. It was pretty nervous to do it because we weren't sure like how it's going to turn out. But yeah, I think we're doing all right. It's pretty good. It's especially since we're doing our own engine, right? Like we have to implement everything ourselves.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
All right, this is the tycoon.
Oh!
Whoa, not what I expected.
Yeah. The tycoon himself is quite blighted after eating a lot of brains. He's got a belly full of miners. Oh!
Holy moly.
Very Scrooged.
Yeah, so he vomits acid and leaves it on the ground. You can't go in those little puddles and...
Concentrated acid for blood.
I also love how when you go into different areas, you don't have to get the blue stuff to
Oh
the
yeah,
XP or whatever that is. What is that? The blue?
the
orbs?
experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, nice.
Oh, I don't have a photo. Okay, good. I have one photo.
Oh boy.
My streamer brain is like, is there a shame tied to the light where you're playing and people can literally visually see how well you're doing?
It's like, oh, you don't have any blight?
Yeah, wow. You're not even blighted?
Get blighted.
All right, so
Crushed
yeah,
it.
he left behind his brain here that we can now eat, and
Snack on it.
yeah. So we're gonna experience the memories of the tycoon now, which are gonna show a preview of the places you're gonna go in the world and some of the other henchmen that you're gonna meet throughout the course. Yeah.
I love henchmen. Always.
Wow.
I love cryptic visions.
That's who.
This is the game.
Michael Ash looking guy.
Grant us eyes.
Oh.
Holy moly.
And by eating brains, you're gonna become more blighted yourself, like more permanently blighted, perhaps. So like we might lock in like one of the blight circles each time you're eating one of these brains, so that you're.
Nice.
Now I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous. We're gonna like blight ourselves too much. The blight is gonna take us over. Oh, that was so awesome.
Yeah.
This
So
looks great.
thank you. Yeah. So I mean, the status of the game right now, like last month, we hit alpha, which means it's possible to play through the entire game from beginning to end, but like
That's
not
a
this
good feeling.
polished. Not this polished.
Yeah.
It's very rough still. So the way we make games, the way we've been making our games forever is like we get like a really rough alpha first draft, have the entire team play through it, collect everyone's feedback, and there's a ton of it, and then like prioritize it, and then implement the feedback, do a second alpha, and just keep repeating that until we're happy with the state of the game. And then we start bringing in external people to play test the game, and we watch them, and we get their feedback, and we just iterate until we're happy with it and push it out the door. So we have like very rough alpha, pretty polished vertical slice, and we're trying to bring the entire game up to this level of polish now before we start playtesting, and then sometime after that we'll launch it, but we're targeting like sometime next year.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Each time you go through and have notes and you do passes, do like new things pop up? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
we took care of all those, but now there's this little thing we got to take care of.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it turns from like really major problems to like the problems get smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
So you get more and more nitpicky each time. The first time I'm playing through, I'm just ignoring so many little things. I'm just like the big major things.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get by the last alpha, you're writing down every little nitpicky thing. And like, yeah.
That's a good approach, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
And it works. I think like in the end, the games that come out at that process are pretty decent. Like everyone on the team's happy with them, and then after the play testing, the difficulty's the right level, stuff like that. Yeah.
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 Awesome. Drinkbox. Can't wait.
I'm like thirsty for more of this. When the
I
demo
know.
ended,
I
was
know.
like,
I know. Yeah, when the trailer hit and it was co-op, I was just like, I need this right now. Like,
Yeah.
Damiani, let's go. Full
Yeah.
playthrough.
That's a good stream. for
Yeah.
sure.
So awesome. Any other questions? Blood?
No, I'm all good.
Yeah.
Chat said we should have gotten you
Let's-
drink boxes,
so-
and I'm like,
Oh,
just apple juice or something.
dang it.
Well, they brought us all kinds of
I
stuff.
know.
Every visitor
They
brings
brought us
stuff.
fruit.
Yeah,
Although I will
Imagine
say
that.
one of the like fun highlights from last night is like basically the last thing that Shuhei said when he left was he walked out of the snack room with like a handful of chips and he's like, "Can I steal some snacks?"
Literally the last thing he said. And then we were like, yeah, and he's like, just left.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's so awesome.
What a wonderful man.
Chad is spreading the love here and just talking about playing Nobody Saves the World with their best friend.
Oh,
It's so awesome. Love that.
Yeah, we absolutely love having co-op in our games. Just
Yes.
Because, yeah. I'm always
Yeah.
looking for co-op games to play with friends, and
Yeah.
it feels like, I mean, there's some really good ones out there right now, but sometimes it feels like there's not enough of it. Like,
Always.
yeah.
Especially couch co-op, local
Exactly.
co-op is like my favorite thing.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I really love that we're getting people experimenting with other ways to do this too, and like the friend pass thing that Split Fiction.
Oh, yeah,
and those
that's
guys
so
have
good.
done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
and
Friendly.
we haven't had our Switch 2 long enough to try it, but the whole game share thing where like
Yeah.
you can have one
Oh, yeah.
copy of the game and then like beam it over to like people with a Switch 1 and
That's
they can
so
play a Switch 2 game on their
Yeah.
Switch 1, it's like, okay, I gotta mess around with that stuff.
What systems will it be on? Are we allowed to say that yet?
Yeah.
Or even at that point yet.
Yeah, or even at that point. Yeah, do you even?
I mean, it's currently we're only currently running on PC, but we will support some consoles at launch. If you look at our history, you could see usually we're launching on PC and some console, and then launching on additional consoles later on. It's probably going to be something similar to that, but
Great.
we don't know exactly what the launch is going to look like yet. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The Switch 2 needs games.
That's true.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Seriously, for
problem.
coming.
Thank
Pleasure.
you
Thanks
all
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, George finally got to come to the studio.
Yes, hello. Thank you, Chad, for being so nice and excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then then we just got Xbox coming up. Chat little pre-show and
We're gonna
Conference.
switch. We're gonna switch
Yeah.
rooms like instantly. So
Yeah. so don't
as
go
soon as we're
anywhere.
done, I mean, we can hang out in here for a little bit if we want, and then we'll do a little countdown and just swap rooms.
Cool.
Hopefully, it'll barely seem like we went offline, but who knows how that'll work? Twitch is a little unpredictable sometimes. I used to run it so that I could just switch cameras from room to room, but then I was like, that's a waste of bunch of cables.
Yeah, but we do have a bunch of cables running through the wall.
We do. We do. I can still do that. Technically, I can still pipe this camera into that room.
It's
which is
wild.
fun,
Yeah.
but-
Was Severed you guys too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
Severed,
that game.
dude.
Oh,
Oh, that was so sick.
awesome. Did you play it on Vita?
I did.
I played it on Vita, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it on Switch because it was just like one of the crazy things. Like this is like a Switch game that you cannot play in TV mode. You know?
Yeah.
We had to fight a little bit for that. Because we were one of the few touch-only games. Like you couldn't play with the controller, and there was one other game around that time that they let him do that, but they were like, no, you have to support the controller. I'm like, what about that game? I'm like, okay.
Nice.
I love that.
Setting precedent.
Yeah. So cool.
Mom, Dad said I could.
Yeah. They got to do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's funny that they would I imagine they would want you to.
But that's like what I was saying with the controller thing, right? Like these things are like system level, like
Right.
check
Right.
boxes for
Yep.
cert, and like yeah, you have to sometimes try to go outside of that.
Yeah.
Which console's the hardest to cert for? And why is it PlayStation?
That's a PlayStation.
Don't worry about that.
No,
I'm
they're
just
all,
trying to get you in trouble.
they're all
Yeah.
about the say That's the truth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Graham, is there anything at the Xbox showcase you would get hyped for?
I have no idea. what's
Xbox
coming.
pre-show
Yeah.
starts right now.
Yeah, I don't know. What about you?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big Double Fine guy, so I'd love to see if they have something.
Oh,
but-
yeah.
Oh, that would be
Oh.
amazing. Yeah.
I would love that, but who
Yeah,
knows?
what have they been doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little bit bummed they don't, because like there's a period where like Double Fine was putting out all kinds of crazy, wacky little things, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, it's like we got Psychonauts 2, and then I don't know, some other gigantic game, I guess, because you haven't done any Soul things.
I would like a year at least on Perfect Dark, maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Forgot about Perfect Dark
What
Fist.
is that? Clockwork Revolution? That game's gone dark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
From
You have a better memory for this stuff than me.
So-
Yeah. You was
Yeah.
probably watching Giant Bomb Scouts, I bet.
Nah.
Wow. But you're right, Perfect Dark, yeah. I mean, I expect we would see something at least, whether or not a date, because that's been troubled.
Yeah, I think at least a year. Hopefully it's next year. I don't know. We'll see.
And then Fable, like,
What's that?
Is there a new Halo game?
I think it's too. I mean, it'll be early. I don't know.
who knows?
Yeah, I don't think it.
My money at this point is that the
They-
next Halo's for next generation. At
They
this
like
point.
tore that studio apart and put it back together again, and yeah.
I think it'd be
gonna
cool
a
to
minute.
see like a weird small kind of like Halo offshoot. Like that
Oh,
kind of cool.
yeah. It's been a bit since we've had any of those.
Can you tell us about Ontario Creates?
Yeah, absolutely. Ontario Creates is like a government-run. I can't remember what ministry it is.
Your government run?
Yeah, our government runs.
What's that like?
So what they do is they give grants and tax credits to companies like ours who are trying to make games in Ontario, and it just helps us. It helps mitigate risk. Like if we, so we get a little bit of extra funding for our games from them, so that we can take more risks, hire more people.
Awesome.
It also helps us. Well, the requirements for getting access to that is you have to hire in Ontario. So like we're hiring and retaining jobs in Ontario. And the government's doing this. They've been doing this for a long time, since the beginning of Drinkbox. We've been working with them.
Yeah.
Just to try and encourage, building the games development community. They support other things too, like film and TV, books, but also video games. And so a lot of indie developers in Ontario take advantage of that, and they're just trying to build the scene in Ontario.
That's so cool.
And it's working really well. There's a lot of video game companies in Toronto, in Ontario. They also give tax credits. Like after you finish your game, you can apply to these tax credits. As long as you're employing like 80% of your teams in Ontario, you have access to these things. So, yeah,
Very cool.
yeah,
Love
Is
that.
London in Ontario?
yes,
again? Okay.
yeah. Digital Extremes is there.
Yeah, so I was
Oh, okay,
thinking
yeah.
about them because I was like, I wonder, they probably do that too.
Yeah, absolutely, they do. Yeah, yeah.
TennoCon coming up.
Awesome.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, because somebody in chat did ask, like, how, nerve-wracking that is as an indie studio to, take a big swing and a big risk here on a
Yeah,
totally different type of game.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Still
I mean,
nerve-wracking, I imagine.
It is. Revealing a game is always really stressful. I feel so vulnerable. Like, what's everyone gonna feel? Yeah. But the reception's been really positive, so I'm
Yes.
really excited. Yeah.
Yes.
And we've been working on it for a long time, right? So yeah.
How long, because you said that you had to spend a lot of time adapting the engine and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
how long was that process before you started being like, okay, we're actually working on this game now and we can feel progress on that? Like,
Yes. So it was around. Well, so we launched Nobody Saves the World in January 2022, and then a bunch of DLCs and ports, and then we were working on 2 games for about a year. In like November 2023. The tech had come along. The other one was still a 2D game, so we were still using the old tech.
Yeah.
But around November 2023, that's when the whole team rolled onto this one. We were showing potential partners both of the games for a while, and this is the one that was like more resonating with people.
Yeah.
So we decided this is the one we're going to go with for the full production. And
Cool.
so since November 2023, the whole team's been working on it. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
What an interesting process, to have like 2 babies and be
Yeah.
like, who wants to pay
Yeah.
for which one?
I mean,
Okay, we'll do
that's
that.
definitely game dev. So
Yeah, oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
We did
For
the same
sure.
thing with Guacamelee. I remember going to GDC, and we had 2 games at that time. They were just both like PowerPoint presentations at the time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
one of them was Guacamelee, and one of them was this other game that we never came back to. But we had a lot of meetings with potential partners and just showing them both of and everyone was like, oh, that Guacamelee one, that's the one. So we came back home from GDC and we're like, okay, everyone on Guacamelee. And that's it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
So it's a good way you can test out a couple of different ideas and then show it to people and see what they think. And usually, when you solicit opinions from a lot of people, there's a consensus that you come back with confidence. This is the one we want to go with. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it gives you like a kind of a boost to be like, okay, people like this idea.
Yeah, they believe in this one.
Yeah.
Let's
Believe
go.
in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.